We are indeed living in some new times. The new norm has produced virtual shows and stay-at-home orders, which we must follow to ensure we are safe and protected against COVID-19. Hi, welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I am Theodore Henry, and I'm so happy you joined us for another informative show. We have lots in store for you, so stick with us as we get in the mood for Independence Day. It begins now. Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, August 4. The Prime Minister and leader of the opposition, along with key leaders from a wide cross-section of society, have signed a memorandum of understanding for a national consensus on crime. The signing took place during a crime consensus summit held at the Jamaica Conference Center on Monday. The MOU outlines the steps that must be taken for a sustainable reduction in crime, laying out milestones and agreements on a monitoring and reporting mechanism.
The document also has a framework, a structure, to oversee the critical implementing players, to ensure that what we commit to is what we actually do. But more than that, to build public support for the consensus and to report to the public on a regular basis that the consensus is being maintained and truthfully followed.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness says it signals a united approach to fighting crime, stressing that it is criminals who benefit directly from political, economic, social, cultural, and infrastructural divides that continue to plague our society.
Criminals profit when there is a divide in strategy and policy in the government. I take hope in this public commitment towards consensus.
Priority areas of focus under the MOU include dismantling and eliminating criminal gangs and normalizing and reintegrating troubled communities. It also calls for preventing corruption, collusion, and money laundering, and reforming and modernizing the police and justice system.
One of the things that we should do as we move forward is take account of the lessons that can be learned from our experience over many decades in trying to tackle this issue of violent crime.
Other signatories to the MOU include the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce, Jamaica Council of Churches, Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions, and the Jamaica Umbrella Group of Churches. 48 small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, seeking to access new markets for their products and services are to benefit from export development support. The Exim Bank and Jamaica Promotions Corporation, JAMPRO, recently signed a memorandum of understanding to provide this support. Through the MOU, the Exim Bank has created a club for exporters under the government's Export Max 3 program. It will allow them to access special services, fixed interest rates, reduced fees, market information, and other benefits that will ease the barriers to exporting for participating companies. Export Max 3 is being spearheaded by JAMPRO and is the third staging of the Export Max project, which was launched in 2011. The Export Club will support members with a 20% reduced commitment fees and faster processing time. It also offers a fixed interest rate of 8%, which is 1.5% lower than Exim's average rates, 6% on US dollar transactions, and 20% reduced fees for workshops or seminars by the Exim Bank. Also included are market intelligence and information on buyers, access to pre- and post-shipment financing with protection from default on payments by members' buyers, as well as trade credit insurance. About 30,000 residents served by the Port Antonio Health Center will benefit from a $3 million commitment to support the facility. The Southern United States Diaspora Group has pledged the amount under the Ministry of Health and Wellness's Adopt a Clinic program.
This approximately $3 million will go a far way in dealing with some of the minor repairs, the maintenance, giving the additional boost to the service provision.
The formal adoption ceremony was held at the clinic in Portland last Friday. Minister Christopher Tufton says it marks the 29th health center to be adopted under the program, representing approximately $80 million in contribution.
The adoption is a way to engage the community in being a part of the delivery of public health to that very community.
Students from several communities in the corporate area and St. Catherine have benefited from a 3-week summer camp aimed at improving their numeracy and literacy skills. The program was carried out by the Ministry of National Security under its Live Good campaign. This is a national anti-violence campaign that seeks to promote respect for each other, the sanctity of life, and law and public order. The summer camp was held at 6 primary schools in South St. Andrew. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of National Security, Senator Matthew Samuda, says a key objective was to prepare the students for high school.
What we identified was schools that we know are in deep need of help, especially the high schools. So we said part of the issue is that the students that get to them are not necessarily high school ready, which is frustrating for the students and frustrating for the teachers. So we tried to do an intervention with what we call the feeder schools, the primary schools with their grade 6 students that would get them a little more comfortable with what to expect for high school.
Senator Samuda was addressing a closing out ceremony and exhibition for the summer program at the DuPont Primary and Infant School in St. Andrew on Friday. Approximately 140 children from Majesty Gardens, Delacree Lane, Painland, Waterhouse, and as far away as Spanish Town attended the summer program at DuPont each day. In addition to academics, sports, music, and art were also part of the initiative. The National Water Commission, NWC's COVID Assistance Program, has been extended until August 31, 2020 for select categories of customers. Customers who have outstanding balances as at the 31st of May 2020 are now eligible to take advantage of the extension. These customers in the residential and condominium categories will continue to benefit from the 30% discount on their outstanding balances if they decide to settle their debt. A new discount arrangement is also being offered to commercial customers who can now benefit from a 25% reduction on their balances as at the 31st of May 2020. The NWC says the decision to offer these discounts was made after detailed analysis and due diligence against the backdrop of the ongoing negative economic impact of COVID-19 on households and businesses. The objective is to balance the needs of financially vulnerable persons who are served by the NWC with the need for the Commission to remain economically viable. Persons who can benefit from the discounts are strongly urged to take up the respective offers as quickly as possible by visiting the various commercial offices or by going onto the NWC website at nwcjamaica.com. They can also call 888-225-5692. And finally, over 30,000 names have been added to the latest voters list, which was published on July 31. The new list was published with the names of 1,913,410 registered electors. 14,029 names were removed from the previous November 2019 list, including 13,192 electors confirmed as dead. Electors added to the July 31 voters list can expect to collect their voters' ID cards by mid-August. The Electoral Commission of Jamaica says that if an election is held before November 30, this will be used as the official voters list for that election. The voters list is published twice per year on May 31 and November 30. Due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the publication of the list scheduled for May 31 was delayed to July 31. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, celebrating over 20 years of investment in community development. JSIF has forged relationships with international funding partners as well as private and public sector entities. Let us continue to invest to reduce vulnerabilities. Let us build our social capital and resilient infrastructures to ensure full participation in Vision 2030. JSIF, investing for community development.
Your mobile phone, maybe now more than before, has become your constant companion for virtual meetings and shows. Even more reason why you must ensure it's free of germs. Take a look now at how best to sanitize your phone.
Android, iOS, non-internet based. It doesn't matter the brand, type, model, or cost. Phones need to be periodically cleaned. There are no apps, not yet, that will de-germ the outer surface of these mobile gadgets. And unless you have an ultraviolet UV sanitizer toolkit, you'll have to manually decontaminate the device. Germs are everywhere, and so too are our phones. Inside a bag or pocket, on a table or counter, the car, bed, even in our hands. Placing our phones on these surfaces puts them in constant contact with germs, even the novel coronavirus. And according to the World Health Organization, the virus has a lifespan of up to 96 hours on surfaces. That's 4 full days on plastic or metals, the type of exterior shell of many phones. Constant touching of the phone with naked fingers that we then use to touch our faces, or directly placing the phone to our faces is a recipe for transmitting germs, bacteria, or viruses to the body.
First thing I do when I get home is I clean my phone. Because you're touching your phone and you're touching this surface that somebody else just touched, and then you put the phone to your mouth and you ha. And all of these particles that have ended up on the phone, they end up in you.
Apart from just not using a phone, our only defense is to clean them regularly. Soap and water would be best, but no, you should not submerge your phone in liquid. Instead, first wash your hands with soap and water, then dry them. Ensure that your phone is unplugged to prevent a possible electrical shock. Then, dab a clean cloth, preferably a microfiber or lens cloth, with a 70% isopropyl alcohol solution, and wipe the entire surface of your phone. Do not drench the cloth with too much solution, just sufficient to clean the device. In addition, be careful to avoid getting moisture into any openings. If you don't have an alcohol-based cleaning solution at hand, you can also use alcohol wipes. You should ensure the wipes have a relatively high concentration of alcohol. The best is 70% and above. This ensures that any viruses that are on your phone can be effectively killed. While you sanitize your phone, avoid using aerosol sprays, abrasives, and cleaners. And do not spray directly onto the phone screen or back. Bleach should also not be used to clean the phone, as it may damage the surface. It is also best to wipe any relevant accessories used with your phone. Chargers, headsets, and phone cases should be sanitized at the same time you clean your device. They should also be removed from the device when cleaning. Now your phone and its friends are clean. To prevent putting your phone against your face or the likelihood of transferring germs or viruses, use Bluetooth, a virtual assistant, or hands-free speaker system if you can.
There's a lot more to Jamaica than just what meets the eye. I had always loved art. It was my first love. It set me free. I did some artwork for the Half Moon Hotel. And shortly after, 14 guests showed up at my gate thinking I had a gallery up here. And that gave me the idea that I need to have a gallery. And so the guests would come up, they see the garden, ask if they could go for a walk, but everybody came back saying, we should make something of it. It was inspiring, they described it in many ways.
When they come here, we give each guest a welcome and a little history about the place before they take the tour. There's one word that they repeat over and over again. Love. They feel love in this place.
One guest we had in the early years was from Germany. And he said, I spent 5 days on the beach looking up in these hills and just wondered what was life like up there. And he found us. People who travel want to experience. And this is what we try to offer, an experience.
Every guest that leaves this place, say it, I came here as a guest and I felt like family.
Yeah.
Come to Jamaica and be your family.
We all have a story to tell. Mine is just one of millions that are out there, and they're all good.
I Am a Jamaican by Buju Banton is this year's anthem for the festival season. The popular reggae singer joins an elite list of winners who have instilled patriotism in Jamaicans to truly appreciate the journey of the independent nation. Up next, a feature on the Jamaica Festival Song Contest, right after which we will sing along and proudly declare, I am a Jamaican.
It was also the beginning of a new era in the festival song competition. The foundation was already laid in the 60s and 70s, producing songs that document Jamaica's culture, heritage, and the spirit of the people. But with the 80s and 90s came changes, with some songs having a different sound.
She go, she stop, she go. Hey, I want a woman. I need someone.
The Sing-J started around 80. It's talking over the rhythm. You follow what I'm saying? So it created a whole new thing where the dance different and the whole attitude different. So it was known here as melodic and as sweet as the 60s, 70s.
And there were other changes. In 1994, word came from the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC, that the then 29-year-old festival song competition would be renamed the Popular Song Competition. The aim? To represent the music of the day and to somehow cause the music to have appeal beyond the independence period.
The festival song too, if you check a lot of them, whenever a festival come, the songs they were kind of like a momentum or jump up feel to it. I guess because they want it to be celebratory. You have a kind of, you know, so even though Roxy might be on or a slower beat might be on at the time, people still think say during festival you need something for, so you find the artists who enter or the producer tend to inject, in my view, more of a mentor, which is our indigenous music anyway. And then again, because you call it festival song, the shelf life is very limited. A festival song seldom lives after independence. It is used to drum up feelings and excitement up to festival. After that, so sales and things will be gone.
The change also set out to attract younger artists who were into reggae and dancehall and persuade the more established ones to participate.
There was this feeling among them that when you enter festival, they are stigmatized as a festival singer, and so they didn't see themselves entering it. And worst of all, they feared entering. And one of them known name man from the rural parishes, be them. You see, they couldn't live with that, right? So I was saying, no, whenever change the name from festival to popular, it would remove the stigma or lessen the dislike for it.
To the younger artists, however, they saw the festival stage as an opportunity to shine. The name change did not affect the success of the competition, but in 2008, JCDC decided to go back to its original name.
I didn't get the kind of response I thought it would have caused by changing the name and having these more reputed artists entering. It didn't happen. But the public didn't say, well, but years after, they figure the tradition should be maintained. Let's go back to festival song contest.
And though the name brand artists stayed away, three-time winner of the 70s, Eric Donaldson, continued, winning 4 more times in the 80s and 90s, the most of any festival singer to date.
But I am proud to be Jamaican, and I love the island.
Another high point of the festival song competition in the 80s and 90s, it produced the first female winner.
Mr. Give me back me sweet Jamaica, me land of sugar and rum. Give me back me sweet Jamaica, me little island in the sun.
This period also gave rise to the popular Give Thanks and Praise artist Roy Rayon. He took home the top prize 4 times.
So give thanks and praises, we are still alive. Going walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we survive.
It was a joyous time for Jamaicans all over. We were proud, it had meaning, it had substance, and you were very proud as a Jamaican to sing that song.
My first time I entered would have been 1980. And it's not true that every time Roy Rayon entered, he won, not true. I've won some second prizes, but they don't count. The top prize is what is most important.
Other multiple winners included the Astronauts and Stanley Beckford with 3 each. Contributing to the success of the 80s and 90s were the road shows.
Because our songs really and truly, they got exposure, great exposure. You were going island-wide doing 14 shows. The songs were, you one song, each song was playing like 3-4 times, 5, could up to 6 times per day. That's the sort of rotation for up to 6 weeks. So so you monitor that. You don't care if you didn't like a song. Everybody knew every song.
Over the years, the JCDC has ensured that the festival song competition continues to produce memorable celebratory songs, creating a kind of hypnotism that draws people to the finals year after year to support their favorites.
So I've kept it going from 63 or 66 till now. First of all, it's a major achievement. And I think it's a flagship item on the JCDC's showcasing of our culture each year.
All nations have them sensation, and every nation have them adoration. This is the time for a happy meditation. Nobody of us enjoy the celebration, yeah. Mama, daddy, auntie, daughter, and youth man, enjoy yourself in your homeland a little more.
Yale yard man, the yard man down, respect. I want to hear. I respect and love man to all Jamaica, no matter where in the world. One eye, like I own you. No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. I have Jamaican walk, them here Jamaican talk, cause I am a Jamaican. Them here Jamaican chat, them say Jamaican bop, cause I am a Jamaican. Now everywhere in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. I know ID I will have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. Them say, Lord, what a boy can run, that is a Jamaican. When them see the Rasta man from Jamdong, that is a Jamaican. Dressmaker, baker, tailor, shoemaker, market, woman in a donkey cart. Rivers and streams, fountains and mountains, in a Jamaica we have it all. Now anywhere in the world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. Remember the days when people from the east side could go out on the...
Jamaica, this is Kevin Downswell. We original. We were blessed. We have something about us that the world craves. We don't need to compromise. We don't need to rob. We don't need to thief nobody. Everybody who watch this have something unique in them that God placed in you, that was used to bring you favor, was used to bring you wealth. Find it. It's inside of you. Whether you're on the street side, something special inside of you.
where they at the bar and drink rum and you try to drink away your troubles, listen to me. And I say go. If you find that thing is what is the very thing that will bring you wealth, the very thing that will bring your life to a level you never imagined. Everybody out there have a choice. And my challenge to you is choose to do the right thing. Choose to not bust that gun. Choose to not smoke that weed. Choose the right thing. Your decision will create a habit, and your habit will create a future. That means if your decision is wrong every day, your future will end up being popped down. But if you decide that you're not going to do that, and you're going to stand up for the right, watch it, your future big. You're blessed Jamaica, you're blessed youth, you're blessed girl, you're blessed love.
Our last song for you today is the newly crowned gospel song for 2020. On Sunday night, One Dose by Trisha Williams was named the winner. Take a look at the winning entry.
You want healing? You want deliverance? You want salvation? Mount the antidote. All you need is one dose, one dose. There's satisfaction in one dose, one dose. The great physician gives one dose, one dose. The remedy is one dose of the Holy Ghost. Have a medical urgency, my God specializes in emergency. Any situation that you got, me I tell you my God can handle that. Broken in places you cannot fix. Run, come to Jesus, quick, quick, quick. Come and get a solution. All you need is one dose, one dose. There's satisfaction in one dose, one dose. The great physician gives one dose, one dose. The remedy is one dose of the Holy Ghost. I said the woman was sick for many years. No doctor could dry her tears. From Jesus she cast her tears, and there come her healing out of nowhere. She got her medication, God fill her prescription, healing her description. She get rid of her frustration. All you need is one dose, one dose. There's satisfaction in one dose, one dose. The great physician gives one dose, one dose. The remedy is one dose of the Holy Ghost. Dr. Jesus is no deceiver. You better reach out to the pain reliever. You're fed up, you're hurt, and you're tired of the mess. Bend up in a S with pure sickness. Things were tough and time went hard. Put up on your knee and ball out loud. Pour it a heart and give him everything. Surrender your heart to the King of Kings. If you trust God when you pray, my Jesus has the power to heal you right away. He'll touch your body, cleanse your soul, heal your heart, give you a brand new start. So just walk up and claim your miracle. All you need is one dose, one dose. There's so much satisfaction. One dose. The great physician gives one dose, one dose. The remedy is one dose of the Holy Ghost. All you need is one dose, one dose. There's satisfaction in one dose, one dose. The great physician gives one dose, one dose. The remedy is one dose of the Holy Ghost. One dose, one dose of the Holy Ghost. It's all you need. One dose, one dose. One dose, one dose of the Holy Ghost. Just believe.
The show has come to an end, but only on your television screen. Join us virtually on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube for more features on a variety of issues. Then again, tomorrow at this same time on this same station, we'll have more updates just for you. Until then, I'm Theodore Henry. Walk good.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.